Come on. Good morning, folks, and a happy Sunday. Let me tell y'all, that 5 hours of sleep we got last night was 1,000 times better than that 2 hours of sleep we got the night before. We are feeling much better. Granted, we are definitely going to need a freaking nap today, but feeling much better. Last night was an eventful night, folks. A very eventful night. That's all I can say. People are insane, crazy. But honestly, the sad thing is a lot of these people just need mental help. They need a direction in life. They need something to wake up and look forward to that isn't going to the club, that isn't getting messed up. You know what I mean, folks? Like, you have no idea. It is kind of it's kind of eye-opening a little bit. You're like, dang. And this one was in my backyard pretty much, you know what I mean? So it just shows you where I could have been hanging out if life would have kept going the way it was going in the early stages of our lives. But that is neither here nor there. Luckily, we are not kicking it in those places. Goodness. But I guess let's hit the road, folks. Go get better today than we were yesterday. Then try to get home to take us a nap. We so need to get our sleep schedules right again. We need some freaking Jesus. I don't know how we did it today, but we have made it freaking 15 minutes early. So let's get in here, let's warm up, and let's get better today than we were yesterday, folks. As we were walking in, JB was scrolling on her phone, looking at Facebook, and she goes, dang, that storm was bad last night. Look at all this. That storm was literally 5 or 10 miles from me. Like, goodness gracious. It could have been an even more eventful night. Like, look at this stuff, folks. A giant man flipped upside down. A gas station turned over. Trees destroyed. Like, destroyed. Houses devastated. So my thoughts and prayers go out to the ones who were affected by the storm, because that could have been me. And my little Scion would have not survived one gust of wind, and that joker would have been flying across the road, up in the air, off to Neverland or the Wizard of Oz, or let's just put it this way, we would have not been in Georgia no more. I don't know where we would have been. But it wouldn't have been Georgia. We'd have been walking down some yellow brick road, most likely. But let's get in here, folks, and get better today than we were yesterday. practice went great, folks. And shout out to the homie for staying and doing a nice 15-minute straight wrestling round. No subs, no nothing. Just wrestle and hold your opponent down. So that was a lot of fun. It was a great practice. Let's get our butts home. You know, before we get our butts home, I'm really amazed at myself. I had some great energy levels once we finally started getting going. Like, really good energy levels for what I thought we were gonna have. I mean, I thought we were gonna be freaking dead, but we weren't. I mean, we were dead, but we weren't dead. But I guess let's get home, clean up, and I guess hop on some games, because me and JB have been wanting to play games all freaking weekend. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go home and we're gonna play games until we can't play any more games. Well, the ride there and the ride home were as smooth as can be. But let me get my stinky butt inside and shower up and find some freaking grub, because I'm starving, folks. Literally starving. Well, we have showered up. We've gotten us some lunch. Let's slam this lunch and hop on some fort, catch some dubs, and try to get into bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Get a good night's rest, folks. Alrighty, we have grubbed down. Now let's game down, folks. Holy cow, folks. That was some terrible gameplay right there. Like some treacherous gameplay. Like some we should go play Minecraft instead kind of gameplay. Goodness. To the ones who tuned in, thank you for watching JB and Marco and I get our asses handed to us game after game after game after game. Y'all are some G's. I'm blaming it on sleep deprivation. JB's got herself a little headache too, so that probably wasn't helping. So I guess that thing about getting a decent night's sleep tonight, yeah, we're gonna be having an old man sleep schedule tonight. We're going to bed as early as we can. We have worked ourselves up an appetite. I wouldn't say it's really an appetite. We just want some ice cream before this weight cut starts. So we're going to go get some ice cream, folks. And then we're going to come home. We're probably going to crash. Well, we got our ice cream, but I think someone took a bite out of it first. Hey, I found the culprits. This is bullshit. She tricked me. She's making me go to the store for ice cream. Come on. She made up for it. She bought me some candy. I guess it was a decent grocery store trip. I mean, I did walk around and embarrass her the whole way through, so we got even. And we found a way to entertain ourselves while we were checking out. We were sliding the groceries across the scanner, seeing if we can get them to beep. We got it a few times until we pulled out the camera and tried it. Then we failed miserably. So, let's get home, folks, and call it a night. Well, folks, we have made it home. And I guess I'm going to take my butt inside and call it a freaking night. JB's got to be up early for some kind of nursing class that she's got tomorrow. And I've got to get up to go get better tomorrow than we were today. But before I go inside and call it a night, you know, folks, over this past 2 weekends working at the clubs, working at the bars, you know, I've kind of learned. You just got to kind of take opportunities that are given to you and just make the most out of them. Have fun with them. Like, you don't know how many times I've seen, I guess, security guards bitching and complaining about their job. Like, yeah, no one wants to stay up late, but it could be worse. You get to people watch, you get to babysit, you get to meet unique individuals. You get stories that most people won't get to have stories to tell to people one day. And I guess that takes me back to last night. I was talking to one of the gentlemen at this gentleman's club. And he was like, so he was just asking, he's like, so what do you do, bro? And I was like, well, I'm an MMA fighter. He's like, oh, really? So you like to hurt people? And I'm like, I don't really say I like to hurt people. He's like, so you like to get hurt? He's like, you like pain? You one of those people? I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't one of those guys either. He's like, so what is it? He's like, you like gore? You like blood? Things like that? I was like, no, not really, bro. And he's like, so what is it? There's a reason why you like to do that. And I'm like, I was like competition. I was like, I used to kind of be a crash out. He's like, oh, don't call yourself that. He's like, you're just young and made mistakes. He's like, how old are you? Like 20 something? I was like, yeah. He's like, so you're just a kid making mistakes. So you can't be too hard on yourself. I was like, but I was kind of a crash out, brother. I was like, yes, I was a kid making mistakes, but I could still be that kid making mistakes. Instead, I have a goal. I have a ambition. I have a passion. I have something that I can work towards. And that keeps me on the straight and narrow, you know? It makes me strive to be more every day. And he's like, well, that's a good way of looking at it, actually. Now that you put it that way. He's like, you like competition and stuff? I was like, I'm a very competitive guy. That's pretty much it. And he was like, you know, so you just kind of take opportunities that come to you and you just kind of make the most out of it. He's like, I like it. I respect it. He's like, that's pretty awesome. I was like, thank you, homie. He's like, how can I support you? I was like, bro, come to fights, watch fights online. I was like, heck, you could just give me a simple, what's up, bro? How you doing? And that'll do it for you. And he was like, well, you know, you always got my support here. He's like, if you continue working over here, you always have a family, brother. I'm like, well, you know, man, that's nice to hear. It was really good to hear. This guy was just straight vibing though. Like he was just enjoying his night, enjoying his life. And you know, you meet such down to earth people at these places and then you question, what makes you want to spend all of your time in a bar, in a gentleman's club, in a club? I guess it's the idea of not having something to strive, work towards. I know me, if I were just working a simple 9-to-5 job, I know what I would be doing. I would probably be in those bars. I would probably be not doing the things that I'm doing right now. I tell you that right now. I wouldn't be trying to make the most out of myself. I would just be being a goofball. So I guess the moral out of all of that we got there was find a passion, find a dream, find a hobby, and run with it. Gives you something to live for. Take those opportunities that come to you. Make the most out of them. As much as you can. Laugh. Joke. Life's too short not to laugh, folks. You know what I mean? But I am tired as can be. So let's take our butts inside and call it a night. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat loves you.